Let's go back to the perspective of that individual executive who wants to land a new role, for example. What you've set up here is a really curious dilemma, right? Which is an organization may not know who they're looking for, and if they do, they're, I'll say, inept at describing who they're looking for through a job description. And you've got an executive who desperately wants to be seen for what difference they can make.
Right.
What can the executive, who, let's face it, wants to have as much control over their destiny as humanly possible, do in that situation to drive the change they want forward? What do you recommend as a recruiter that someone do to be seen for who they really are?
Well, I think obviously the first step is passing the competency, which is what the search firm will likely do, okay, or however they recruit you. Second is when you're in front of the client, don't be afraid to ask the tough questions. Be prepared, know their business, even if you don't come from their sector. Do your homework and be prepared to ask the right questions. Do not fear that if I ask this question, they may not think of me as warmly as I'd like them to think about me. Okay. That's the second point. And then the third piece is ask about how they make decisions. What's important to them about how they make decisions? Okay. Too often when individuals take these roles, they find out that some of the decisions that they thought would be made in the way that maybe their prior companies made them aren't the way this company makes it. Assume every company is unique. Start with a white sheet of paper. Okay. Learn about that company and do not fear. Have the courage to ask tough questions. And the questions you can ask is say, look, I've looked at your operating division and you keep stressing operating leverage and efficiency of operations. Yet that's been the theme over the last 4 or 5 investor calls. Where are you on that? And why? What have you achieved and what's held you back? Okay. And then you can say, well, if you haven't achieved it, let's talk about those matters that have held you back. Is it culture? Is it lack of concentration? Is it a change in business focus? Is it we didn't have the capital that we underestimated the capital it was going to take to make the adjustment? Also understand that when companies start talking about transformations, over 70% of the transformations do not succeed. And it's because they outline we want to go from here to here, and they don't make the adjustments in between, which gives a candidate the opportunity to say, I know your business is transforming, every business is. Tell me about how you're transforming this business and what roadblocks you've hit and why and how you've dealt with them. The how they've dealt with them gives you a very good sense of the role and what needs to be done and whether you're going to have the support to do it, whether you're going to have the people, the organization structure, the capital, whatever, or the technology to support you in that change.